in a special live stream to talk about email sequence. Well, that's my specialty, so I thought may as well just share with you guys, right? So I've been creating email sequences now for my clients for some time. I use ActiveCampaign, and I cannot, I cannot talk like highly enough about ActiveCampaign. It's just freaking amazing. So highly recommend you guys to use ActiveCampaign when you're doing your email sequence. All right, so let's just go step by step. So why should you know even what is an email sequence, right? So an email sequence is very important because it's going to help you to sell your offer. So if you have a business and if you have, a particular offer or product, it's very important to have an email sequence. And the reason why is because emails still have a very, very high ROI, so return of investment. So there's quite a lot of things that people don't understand about sales. So when you're selling and you are a brand, it's very hard for people to connect with you. But if you are selling and you're connecting as a person, it's a lot easier. So for example, what would Tesla be without Elon Musk? What would Apple be without Steve Jobs, and so on? So it's very, very, very important that you are able to put a spin on the business itself and show your personality and show who you are and how you got there and why you're achieving the results that you are achieving, how you're helping your customers, why this would help to, like, how this would help other people and things like that as well. So there's quite a lot of stuff that needs to be done before the sale. So most of the traffic is actually cold. So usually I'll just give you an overall overview of how a lot of courses and online businesses have been doing things. So usually you're going to have some kind of traffic going to your funnel or your landing page. So then what's going to happen, you're going to give some kind of value. So it could be an ebook, could be a quiz, could be a lot of different things. And then you're going to get an email in exchange for the stuff that you're offering. So what do you do with this email address? You can't just email the person and be like, hey, I've got an offer here. Do you want to buy it? Like, it just doesn't work. So this is they are called leads, right? Fair enough. Some of them might be warm or even hot leads, and they go in there to get some value because they already know you. But chances are, if they are cold leads, they won't buy straight away. So you kind of need to warm them up. And the email sequence is the best way to do it because it's so versatile. There's so much you can compact in there. There's so much that you can, really incorporate inside the message. You can put videos. There's so many different things that you can do. And that's why, I'm really passionate about it, and that's why I love it. So that's why you should, have an email sequence. So you can communicate your personality, you can warm them up, you can get them to know you a little bit better. You can get them to like you, hopefully, if you did a good job, and you can get them to trust you. So once they know who you are, they like you, and they trust you, this is pretty much a done deal. It's a lot easier for you to put your offer in front of them and say, hey, now that we're friends, this is what I have, to offer to you, and I know that's going to provide you a lot of value. So yeah, you should buy it. It's a lot better than, I just met you, do you want to buy my stuff? So that's why the email sequence is so important. So this is a question that I get asked quite a lot. So how many mails an email sequence should have? And that really depends. And the reason why it really depends is because what is your product? What do you need to communicate? How complex is your message? How complex is your product? how much do you need to really get your audience to know you? So there's a lot of different variables. Most of the case, between 5 to 7 emails is just fine. But then I had a client, for example, he had a 3-week program where, he actually wanted to extend that throughout the entire program. So, we had the entire program, like, emails to get them focused, to get them to go through the entire program. And then at the end of the program, we would get them to actually buy, the full course, which was 12 weeks. So it really depends. You should have a strategy defined before you even start doing the sequence itself. You should definitely have a very good idea of what your audience really wants and needs from you. In fact, even before you create your lead magnet, you should know that, because it's very important that you know what your audience wants, so then you can provide that to them. And a lot of people fail to do that. So there's quite a lot of stuff that goes into it, and it's why it's fascinating, but it works. So if you think about, ads and all that stuff, I'm just going back like to the beginning so we can, go back to the email sequence, and I can explain you how you can actually create yours, right? So stick with me. So if you go back to your ads, let's say you have, a new business, and you have a funnel already, and you want to provide some value. So you want to provide, an ebook or something like that. The best thing to do is to find out what your audience really wants. So do your research, find out what they really want, so you can actually offer that to them for free. And it needs to be packed with value. So then in the ads itself, you're going to say, hey, I've got this amazing free thing that, you're going to really enjoy, and talk a little bit about it. Then they go to the funnel. You're going to have a pretty good copy there talking about why this is amazing, why they want it, how it can help them, all that stuff. From that, they download the ebook or the free thing that you're giving to them. You're going to have the email address. From there, you're going to have the entire sequence, right? So we're going to go through the sequence right now. So I've got a different way to do this sequence. I'm going to put here in the screen now. I'm going to do this. There you go. So you can see better. So this is actually the soap opera. This works so well, guys. This is truly amazing. And I really, really recommend you guys using this. There's a lot of different spins, a lot of different ways that you can create it. I'm going to go through and guide you through how I create it for my clients and why it works for them, right? So the first thing you need to know is your product. Like, just really think from the client's perspective. And I personally, I have a meeting with the client, and I go through, a questionnaire where I get to understand him a little bit better, or her, right? So, and then I can capture, their story. So let's assume that you are writing your own story. So you need to pretty much talk about who you are. So who you are, what is the issue that you're solving, right? So when was the first time you experienced this issue? So how long ago was that? And what was the secret recipe, that you're going to be sharing in the next email? So it's very important for you to have an open loop. So, people always want to know more, want to find out more. So day one, you're going to be setting the stage. So you're going to be talking a little bit about you. You're going to be, sharing a little bit about, what's coming next, and, sort of like telling them what is coming, but it needs to be assertive, it needs to be engaging, and it needs to be quite powerful in a way, because you want them to keep on reading. And if they're not having fun reading what you're writing, it's just not gonna work. So make sure that every time you're writing, there is storytelling. Make sure that you are talking about you, and just put yourself in their shoes. If they wanted to buy your product, or your service, or take advantage of your offer, what would they be thinking? What would they be struggling with? I think that helps quite a lot. So every time we create some kind of sequence to solve a problem for a client, we always think, how would the person think? So it's the best way, the audience, how would the audience think? So it's the best way to actually get them to resonate with what you're writing. So that's the first day, right? So the first day, just set the stage. Second day, you're gonna have high drama backstory wall. So what does it mean? It means that the high drama, it's gonna be something that has happened in your life, because remember, you're talking about you. You are the owner of the business, and people will want to connect with you. They want to resonate with you. So what can you do? Like, you can talk about a bad experience that led you to use the product. So to give you an example, let's say acne, right? So you are selling a particular product that can help people with acne. So a bad experience is, hey, I particularly had really bad acne, and when I was young, I had a lot of bullying. I couldn't get a job once I graduated because I was insecure about my appearance, and really, really talk about all that stuff. However, you don't just go straight to the beginning. So you just kind of set some kind of you know suspense, I guess, with drama. So there's like really high drama. So you just start from, I was walking down the hall when people wouldn't stop looking at me, and I was terrorized by what was happening. Just kind of like, think about a movie or a TV show that is going through your head, and you can really picture that. So people are like, what the hell is going on? Like, why was she going through the hall? Da, da, da. And just kind of, start from the very top. So you get people really thinking about, like, what's happening. I need to know what's going to happen next. You know what I mean? So then from there, the idea is to get the audience to resonate and connect with you. So you are the person that had that particular issue, and you went through a lot of drama. And if, let's say, you didn't actually go through any drama because like, you created this particular solution to help people, you can actually use one of your testimonials. You can say, hey, there was this particular person that I helped, and they went through this. So there's different ways that you can do that. And then after that, you can present a solution. So with us, the way that we do is a little bit different. So as you can see here, it's going to be day one, you set the stage. Day two, high drama backstory wall. So with us, we kind of go through the high drama backstory and wall, but we kind of pack that all together, and we use that to educate them. So if there's any blogs or any materials, anything like that, that we could send them to learn a little bit more about what we're about to talk, like that's the time that we would be doing this. And then at the end of like each email, we always have like, hey, tomorrow we're going to be talking about this. And like, so we always tell them what's happening next, to make sure that they engaged, make sure that they gonna follow up. So that's day 2. Day 3, epiphany and the one thing. So day 3, essentially we use a product, and we usually pick the product or the offer. We pick like something that has changed. So let's say you thought about like something that could really, um, let's say you went through a problem, and then you just had an epiphany, like, oh, okay, well, this could really help others, and then you kind of created from there. You know what I mean? So you have this epiphany, and you sort of like help them to see how you can help them solve the issue. So you're like, well, I had this epiphany, and this can really, like, this epiphany helped me to see what comes next, kind of thing. And then you can help them to walk through that issue in a short period of time. You can say, oh, it's life changing. It's I was experiencing this, and then that happened, and then that was life changing. That that made me really think, and to have a profound, in a way that affected me, or something like that. So that's like day 3, the epiphany and the one thing. When we're creating the entire sequence, we've got like a different strategy for different clients. So for us, it's not like just the way it is here. So I'm kind of just walking you guys through, but of course it will change from client to client. So we create this strategy, and then after this strategy, we actually write the emails and have them, verified and all that stuff by a copywriter as well. And yeah, we've got an amazing copywriter that she's just a gun. So usually I put the baseline, and she'll just go and do her magic. So it's magic. It's absolutely amazing. So all right, so let's go to day number 4. So day number 4, we've got the hidden benefits. So the hidden benefits is something that happened that you were not expecting. So by using X, something happened. Like, for example, with the acne, by using the product, I didn't realize that it would get me jobs, because before I didn't have any confidence. So that's the hidden benefits. Because you are doing something else will happen. So it's really good to put this out there, so they can kind of understand what all the benefits they will have by using the product. And then we have day 5. So day 5 here will be urgence and call to action. Day 5 for us is actually objection handling. That's when we're going to be doing, asking, like essentially answering the questions that they might be asking, right? So for example, how I wanted to make, what if I use the acne product and it damages my skin? Or, am I going to be able to be pregnant if I use the product? Because some acne products won't allow you to get pregnant while using them, because they're very strong and they actually peels. So there's a lot of things that could be an objection for the client that wants to buy that, and that's how we run through all the objection handling. And most of the time we would be using videos here. So we would be using videos sometimes in the first email, and then in the fifth email, definitely, because it's the best way to help the clients to really understand, the audience really to understand what can be done, and it's better to answer their questions, and that's why you really need to know your audience really well. Cool. So then number 6, that's when, so the email number 6, that's when we actually do the call to action, and we get them to take action. So here we're going to be reminding them about the benefits. We're going to be, a bit pushy here. We're going to be like, hey, we've got this amazing offer, this amazing product. We already spoke about the benefits. And well, that's time for you to go and take action, change your life now. Make sure you, like, here is when you really want to use the FOMO. You really have some kind of timer, so they know that they need to take immediate action. And then email number 7, that's the last call. So the last call is pretty much, hey, we're about to close the doors. We're doing this amazing offer and it won't last forever. So it's time to take action and you need to do it right now. So in between, some of those messages, that's when we're going to be essentially putting a link for people to join the group. So it really depends off the client and the strategy and how we're going to communicate to the audience and what they're trying to achieve. So different people will try to achieve different results and outcomes. So we really work together with them. So if anything, the soap opera for us is a guideline, and we follow it, but not really. We put our own spin on it, but we try as well not to move away from it too much, because we know it works, and it's a pretty good framework to work and be based on. But for as a guideline, it works really well. And pretty much I just walked you guys through the entire system and how we prepare the email sequence itself. But as I said, it really changes from client to client, and using the experience that we already have, we can see straight away how we can create this strategy and how we can create a system that will work for them, that will match with their actual strategy. So from there, you need to make sure there's no errors, there's no like typos, anything like that. And we use ActiveCampaign. So you would be designing the email itself, the actual design of the email, like how it would look like, if there's any photos, how you're going to be structuring the videos, things like that. And then you're going to create an automation. I'm going to be doing another email later on with the backend and how you can set up the email automation on ActiveCampaign, and how you go about testing, how you can do reports, how you can run reports, so you can understand a little bit better what's converting, what's not. I'm going to be doing a video on how to optimize as well, because it's not just about creating the email sequence itself. You need to really optimize, and the email sequence itself is the beginning, I guess, because it's something that you really need. But a lot of people, they think that the autoresponder should only do the automation itself, and that's about it. But not really. Like, there's so much things that can be done in the back end. So with ActiveCampaign, you can actually create tags. So different segments should be segmented as well. So you should have different emails, different email sequences sent to different people. So it's really, yeah, like I'm actually going to do another video, and I'm going to be doing the back end, and I'm going to explain you guys how it works in the back end and how you can take full advantage of everything that ActiveCampaign has to offer. It's going to be a lot easier because I'm very visual. As I'm talking to you guys, I'm actually thinking about it. So it's going to be a lot easier to actually show you guys. Cool. If you guys have any questions, please feel free to leave your comments below, and I'll be happy to answer. Cool. Take care, guys. Have a very good one, and I'll talk to you guys later. See you.